I've seen Gurudev at Gwalior Mandir. He was there for 30 years or something. And then other places. Govinda Kund and Prince Sarovar, Barsana, Vrindavan, Gordam. Gurudev is an old person and he moves around all over the place. Last year he got on the train. He's 99 years old. Got on the train, second class sleeper, no AC, and went to Calcutta. Even I offered AC accommodations. And his own disciple flew. I said, why didn't you go by train? He said, I'm not doing that. I can't go that way. And I asked Gurudev, why you go to the second class AC? I mean, you get all the smoke and everything. It's really, the windows are open the whole time. I've been on that train many times before. It's pretty blissful. So, who can understand how they move? So what I'm saying by this is, here's a person that materially, how do I see the Guru materially, spiritually? Well, we see materially, how is a 99-year-old man getting on the train and going to preach? And I asked him, I said, Gurudev, you're 99, you can stay here. Your disciples can come here. No, it's difficult for them to come here. They're married, they have their fields, and they're missing me. And I said, no, that's okay. They can pray to you. And no, I have to help them. I have to go. They want to hear Harikatha. I have to go speak Harikatha. So this is otherworldly. This doesn't calculate materially. So you can see so many material things about the Guru, but what you can't see is all the transcendental things about the Guru. So that's the bridge between what you can see and what you can't see is called faith, Shraddha. Because Shraddha helps you cross the bridge between the visible and the invisible. If you don't have Shraddha, then you can't cross the bridge, and you stay on the plane of visibility, which is temporary. It's a mundane existence. So to go there, then one has to enter the invisible realm of consciousness. So the spiritual master is coming on that plane, consciousness plane. What we see generally is that some gurus, their destiny is to be such, and they're born in very elevated families, Brahmins, Goswami Brahmins or whatever, Brahmins, and oftentimes in a holy dham and very high parentage. And that's their very special, Vishesh quality guru. And other gurus, they're chosen by Krishna. There's one purport, or one verse in Chaitanya Bhagavat. It says the followers of Lord Chaitanya appeared in all the different countries. It says Bahudesh. Because in the conception of India, in those days, the Rajasthan was called a Desh, the country of Rajasthan. And Chedi Raj or Chedi, whatever, what we call Bihar. There's the Mewar kingdom and the Jaipur kingdom. All these are different countries or deshas. So in other words, wherever there's one leader and some praja and some land or whatnot, and their own borders and boundaries, that was another country. So it says the followers of Lord Chaitanya are born in all the countries of the world. So if you think about that, in those days, 500 years ago, Chaitanya Bhagavat, all the followers were mostly born in the Indian subcontinent, of what we now has different names, but this larger area, Assam and Burma and Bangladesh, all these modern names. Most all the followers of Lord Chaitanya come from there or South India or somewhere within this We don't hear that Ramananda Roy came from Paris or Swarup Damodar came down from Frankfurt. Or was it, I think it was Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya came from Amsterdam. we But the Shastra, they are written by Trikalagya. They know that the great seers and rishis, like Vedavyas is a Chiranjeev. Chiran means a long time, and Jeev means life. They live a long, long time. So many days of Brahma or whatever. So that Vedavyas became Vrindavan Das Thakur to write the story, life and teachings of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat. So he's seeing the future that the followers of Lord Chaitanya will be born in all the countries of the world. And practically, although it was predicted and written 500 years ago, we see practically in the last 500 years, many followers of Lord Chaitanya have been born far away from India. And they became the teachers and gurus representing Lord Chaitanya and his mission. Without naming anyone, everyone can understand who they may be, but there are different devotees from different countries of the world. And it's very clear that they have been chosen by Krishna to represent him. So you may think, oh, they're just some German person or some Hungarian person or some French person or Spanish person or Chinese person or Japanese person. Externally, but they've actually been chosen by Krishna. Because if Krishna chooses, the Guru chooses, we don't think much about, because our mind and our senses of perception are always measuring. They function like scales and measuring units. We try to measure reality with the size of our eyeballs, but reality is omnidirectional. It's all directions is reality. So how to measure the reality of a Sadguru? It's a little difficult, because the Guru is functioning on many directions. We've seen that the Guru, he speaks, sometimes don't know what he's saying, or he's directed to speak, or he or she, Lady Guru. They're almost like a mouthpiece for Krishna. If it's true, and it is true, that in the Vedas they say Bhagavan speaks through the mouth of the Brahman, and Bhagavan eats through the mouth of the Brahman. So therefore there's so much regard given to the Brahmins. And Krishna himself, he worships the Brahmins, always sets the example of worshipping Brahmins. Even when he's a coward boy, he was worshipping Bhagavati Rishi and Sandilya Muni and Garga Muni. And Durvasa Muni, he was taking their darshan and worshipping them, respecting them. And when Krishna was a Kshatriya in Dwarka, he was also honoring Narada Muni and doing puja and worshipping, washing his feet and sprinkling the water on his own head and his wives' heads. And then when Krishna goes himself, so this is an example of Krishna showing so much honor to the Brahmins. And then Krishna goes to visit two of his devotees. One was a king and one was a Brahmin. Bahulasura was the Raja, and Shrutadev, it makes sense, Shrutadev is the Brahmin. He's with the Shrutis. So he's the Brahmin. So when he went there, he saw that Shrutadev was totally in ecstasy seeing Krishna. And he showed an anubhav, and he took the scarf off his head and said, Radhe, Radhe, Sadhuati, Sadhuati, welcome, welcome, Haribol. He was so excited when he saw the Lord that he was such a ulas. Vishnu says that he just wanted to wave his whole body like a chamara whisk. Because when some king or auspicious person comes and you greet him with a chamara whisk, a fan, it's very auspicious. It's the welcomeness, especially for the king. They have the white chamaras and white umbrella. So he didn't have anything in his hand. Krishna just came there with, like, literally and figuratively, Atiti Narayan. Atiti means atiti, without not on time, unexpected guest. He just showed up at his door to bless his devotee, Shrudadev. So he just ran, oh, Bhagavan Krishna, and then he just took off his cheddar and like you see some devotees in some Harinam party or something. Like sometimes some devotees on the Harinam, he wears a turban, some brahmachari, whatever. I remember in America. So the kirtan gets a little rambunctious and a little exciting. So then somebody pulls his turban, the one brahmachari pulls his turban off. And then they start going like this, and then they throw it up in the air like that. Everybody tries to catch it, and he goes around like Madhamangal type of thing. It's just in the memory of Shrudadev, So it's all scripturally approved.